Hello, Todd Clem with Globe Food Equipment, here to talk today about our G-Series medium-duty slicers. We have our G14. It's a 14-inch diameter slicer with a half-horsepower motor. It's good for slicing about 3 hours a day, with an hour and a half of that for slicing cheese. This is our G10 slicer, a 10-inch diameter machine with a third horsepower motor, good for about an hour a day, with about a half an hour of that for slicing cheese. This then is our G12 slicer. This is a 12-inch diameter machine, again with a half horsepower motor, good for about 2.5 hours a day, of which you could slice cheese for maybe an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. Now, the G-series slicers do have a couple of very exclusive features. One, if we look at our handle for the meat grip, we're going to keep your hand farther away from the knife. It's not just a simple handle, but an exclusive design keeping your hand farther away as you're slicing. On our switch, we have what's called a no-volt release switch. What does that mean? All other slicers have a very simple switch, very comparable to a light switch on a wall. So if power is disrupted in your house and you don't touch the light switch, when power comes back on, your lights come back on. We do it a little bit differently. We actually put a relay behind that switch so that if power is disrupted, either the lights, power in the building goes out or it gets unplugged, re-engaging power to the machine, it won't start up on its own. You actually have to hit the stop button and then the start button to get it to turn back on. Another exclusive feature is an interlock on the knife cover, so that when you take the knife cover off for cleaning, you cannot turn the slicer back on. Just like on all of our slicers, the carriage movement is very, very smooth. It's an easy glide action. If it moves this easy now, imagine after you've used the slicer for a while, how much easier it's going to be. If we then take a look underneath the slicer, we have a cover that covers not only the electronics package and the switch, but also the motor and the belt. This is going to keep food particles from getting up inside the motor or the belt and prematurely wearing them out. We also have a manual override switch. If you use the slicer beyond its capacities and overheat the motor, this will allow you to reset it and be able to use it right away, rather than waiting on a thermal overload, which may take 15 or 20 minutes to reset. This is our G-series of slicers, medium-duty slicers for a wide variety of uses. For information on this or any Globe product, please visit our website at www.globefoodequip.com.